Ganesham Harim. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram Om 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 Jaya Jaya Ram Om Jaya Jaya Ram Om सियावर रामचंद्र की जय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. Hari Om, everyone. We had seen the portion where Bhagwan is now in Shrungaverpur. He is meeting Nishad Raj Goha. Nishad Raj is the tribal king who comes to Bhagwan and says, Bhagwan, I have brought everything along with me, and I know very clearly in my mind that the Lord of everything that I have is you only. With that bhavana, he says, please bless me in all ways. That is what is my firm conviction about the prosperity and other things that I have. So Bhagwan says, I accept your invitation, but I cannot come to your village. I cannot even go out of this forest anywhere. That is my vow that I have taken. So I cannot come to your home and other things. So Nishad Raj takes a lot of care of Bhagwan, brings fruits, water, everything, and keeps it very nicely. Clean fruits, arranges it very nicely. And he anticipates what all things Bhagwan would need. Before even Bhagwan asks, he anticipates what all things Bhagwan would need, and accordingly, he is offering that seva to Bhagwan. First, he takes Bhagwan to that Simsupa tree, and he says, Bhagwan, it is night time now. He has to take some rest. He tells Bhagwan, is this place okay? Bhagwan says, this is the best place. This is what is the best place for me. I can spend my night here. And then out of his own wish, he places guards, security guards at different places, because it's a forest. It's a forest. So it's important that Bhagwan is protected from everything around that can come in a forest. Wild animals might be there. So many other things might be there. So Lakshmanji is giving protection, and Nishad Raj, he himself also gets ready to give this protection to Bhagwan. Is the sound okay? Are you able to hear? How about online? You can hear me well?
Yes, Sohamji, I can hear you.
Okay, good. So this is the background of Lakshman Geeta. But the important thing to appreciate here is to see how Nishad Raj is showing the qualities of a student of Vedanta. Now the teaching that is going to come is called as Lakshmana Geeta. So in Lakshman Geeta, specifically qualifications will not be given. But through these indicators, one can appreciate how a student of Vedanta has done Karma Yoga and with what spirit he does Seva. So Seva is something that is done out of contentment, out of tuning, without even being told to do what has to be done. We saw this message in Ramarajya also. Danda jatina kara bheda jaha, nartaka nritya samaja. Goswamiji says, Ramarajya is that where Danda remained only in the hands of sannyasi and Bheda was there only for Nritya. Bheda means variation. So different variations. Drishti Bheda means variations in eyes, variations in griva. Neck movements, there can be variations. So Bheda word was used only for art form, and Danda remained only in the hands of sannyasi. So out of the 4 ways, Samadana, Danda, Bheda, last 2 were not even needed. Every work could be accomplished by Sama and Dana. Jeetahu manahu suniya asa, Ramachandra ke Raj. The word conquer, Jeetahu, the word conquer, was used only in the context of mind. People only said conquer the mind, nothing outside. He said this was Bhagwan Ramachandraji's Ramarajya. But you should remember, Ramarajya started with Bhagwan's birth. Not only the day he became the king, all of this is part of Ramarajya only. When can Sama and Dana work without the need for Danda and Bheda? Only when the minds of people are so tuned that they see a lot of oneness amongst each other and also with the leader. So Bhagwan Rama's beauty is this, that even Nishad Raj feels this is my king. All subjects of Ayodhya, they feel this is our king. Through that, Sama and Dana are sufficient. So this is our Nishad Raj Goha, who is showing the qualities of a student of Vedanta. But now when his mind has quietened down, he is sitting with Lakshman Ji. He feels a lot of sorrow. Just like Arjuna felt sorrow in Bhagavad Gita, Nishad Raj is also feeling a lot of sorrow. He says, look at Bhagwan Rama. So powerful, lived such a good life. Did everything that an ideal person should do. Everybody loved Bhagwan. Even enemies, they loved Bhagwan Rama. Haradushana, when they see Bhagwan, they say, this is the Lord with whom we have to fight. That kind of personality Bhagwan had. And what about Sita ji? Father is Janak Maharaj. Father-in-law is friend of Indra. And husband is none other than Bhagwan Rama. Why does she have to go through all these difficulties? This is his Vishada. This is his sorrow. Now he is telling the problem also and he is giving the solution also. And what does he say? According to me, the one who is responsible for this situation of Bhagwan Rama and Sita ji is Bhagwan again. Brahmaji is the first person who is responsible for this situation, because you never know when he gives which kind of situation in life. So vata mahi bidhi bhamana kehi, the one chaupai above 91 Doha. Bidhi bhamana kehi means you never know when God turns things around. So first person responsible for their situation is Bhagwan. Siya Raghubira ki kanana jogu. Bhagwan and Sita ji, are they fit for forest life? Means did they have to go through this difficulty? Then he says, karma pradhana satya kaha logu. It is true. People say that karma alone gives different results in life. It is very, very powerful. Karma is powerful. So how many causes has he identified now? 2 causes. One was Bhagwan. Second is karma. Now suddenly his mind goes to Kaikeyi. Kaikeyi nandana mandamati. Kathina kutila panukina. This mandamati Kaikeyi, she did some kutilata at the very inappropriate time. When Bhagwan was supposed to become the king and all joy was supposed to come, she gave him sorrow. Jehi Raghunandana Janakihi Sukha Avasara Dukhadina. So third reason is Kaikeyi. And his mind gets stuck there. So he's saying, let us chant this. After 91, I realize the other tune is hard to repeat. Right? So we'll just go with our regular tune. Bhai dina kar kula bita pakuthari, kumati kin hasababe swadukhari, bhaya ubishadu nishadani bhari, राम सिया मही सयन निहारी, बोले लखन मधुर मृदुवाणी, ज्ञान विराग भगति रस सानी, काहु न को सुख दुख कर दाता, निज कृत कर्म भोग सब भ्राता, जोग वियोग भोग भल मंदा, हितन हित मध्यम भ्रम फंदा, जन्म मरनु जह लगी जग जालु, संपत्ति विपत्ति करमु अरु कालु, धरनि धाम धनुपुर परिवारु, सरगुन रघु जह लगी व्यवहारु, देखिए सुनिय गुनिय मन माही, मोह मूल परमारथु नाही, सपने होई भिकारी नृपु, रंकुनाक पति होई, जागे लाभु न हानि कछु, तिमि प्रपंच जिय जोई, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. After hearing everything that Nishad Raj had to say, Lakshman Ji starts speaking in soft words. Bole lakhanu madhura mrudu bani. Because now he is wearing, or now he is getting into avatar of a guru. Guru avatar means this should be there. Madhura mrudu bani, sweet and soft words. Jnana viraga bhagati rasasani. Rasasani, previously we had seen in Bhagwan's speech also. If you want to knead the dough, how you put water and knead it, like that his words are mixed with jnana and viraga. Rasasani means every word has knowledge hidden in it and vairagya hidden in it. It will give right perspective towards things. It is up to us to churn it and come to this understanding. Lakshman Ji says, Nishad Raj, you identified three causes: Bhagwan, karma, and Kaikeyi. How can one effect have three independent causes? And you are swinging in between them, that whenever you want, you say Bhagwan is responsible. Whenever you want, you say karma is responsible. And if these two are forgotten, when emotions are high, you say Kaikeyi is responsible. At least come to one out of these three. Know what is the main cause. So he says, Kahuna ko sukha dukkha kara data. Don't blame anybody else. So from these three, remove Kaikeyi and remove Bhagwan as giver of sukha and dukkha. Kahuna ko sukha dukkha kara data, nija krita karma, bhoga saba bhrata. Out of these three choices, the main one which is responsible for sukha and dukkha in our life is our own past karmas. This is where we had stopped last time. Kahuna ko sukha dukkha karadata, nija kruta karma, bhoga sabhabrata. Now let us reflect on this chaupai. This chaupai doesn't deny that situation does not give sukha and dukkha. The Sanskrit word for situation is called as paristithi. Paritaha stitihi. That condition which is there surrounding us, that is called as paristithi. So it is not denying that paristithi does not give sukha or dukkha. In fact, the whole purpose of paristithi is to give either sukha or dukkha. Those paristhitis which don't give us sukha or dukkha, they really don't matter to us. It is as though not there. Sometimes you go to supermarket, grocery store, How many people are there? Different people doing different things. Now that paristithi, let us say, did not give sukha or dukkha. How convenient it is to ignore that paristithi. It is as though not there for us if it is not giving us sukha or dukkha. But let us say one person is there who cuts the line in front, stands in front of you, or holds you back from going ahead, or you get into some argument with that person. Out of those 100 people who are there, one is sufficient to give sukha and dukkha. And that paristithi becomes very, very real to me. Sukha also the same thing. You found a friend in that grocery store. That much is good enough. You had a nice conversation. So 100 people who did not matter, suddenly the whole paristithi becomes very relevant to us. So one way to look at paristithi is, it will give sukha or dukkha, and it will always come from something immediate. Like in the grocery store, that person gave sukha, or that person gave dukkha. What this is saying is, this line, sukha dukkha comes from paristithi, that is true. But why does paristithi come in the first place? Why do certain situations come in the first place? And how come only I have to go through it? It could have come to anybody. But most of the times, it comes in such a way that I have to go through that paristithi. So first thing to keep in mind is, this chaupai is not denying sukha dukkha from something immediate. Kaikeyi gave dukham. But Lakshman ji is telling over here, why that paristithi has come, because of which Kaikeyi had to give that dukham. He says that paristithi is ordered by our own karma. Now the word paristithi, it includes 4 things. 4 different facets are covered under the word paristithi. The first facet is desha. Desha means location. You can take simple location of where we are right now. That defines our paristithi very distinctly. If you are sitting in an ashram, that paristithi is different. If you are driving in a car, same time, paristithi is different. Sitting at home, paristithi is different. What changed out of all 3? Desha. Location changed. If you are listening from India, different paristithi. Listening in the US, different paristithi. So that is the first aspect which contributes towards paristithi. Second aspect is kala. Kala means time. What time of the day are we listening? This paristithi, for example. What time of the day we are listening, that has an impact on the paristithi. Even in our life, we use this very conventionally. These are his good times. Or we say, this is not so good time. Kala is not in favor. So kala forms an integral part of the situation that we are experiencing. 2 done. One is desha. Second is kala. Third one is objects. Objects called as vastu. Different objects we interact with, that itself defines the paristithi we are exposed to. And objects also are sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. According to the nature of the object, it will form an impression on our mind when we experience that object. Right? That's why whenever we have something auspicious, all shuddhi we do and make sure that authentic ingredients are used for that particular purpose. Because that vastu has ability to impact our thinking. Even whenever we do abhisheka. Now, abhisheka can be done with just one ingredient. But we do pancha, different ingredients are used. Just using that ingredient leaves an impression on the mind. Means that dravya, that vastu has power to influence what is our takeaway from that entire experience of that puja. So this is the third thing which influences paristithi, vastu. Now you can guess the fourth one. Fourth one is person, vyakti. The people with whom we interact, people with whom we live with. Some people you might interact more often, some, on and off. But whenever we interact, that particular person will become part of our paristithi. You see if anything else is there outside of these four. Desha, kala, vastu, vyakti. Place, time, object, person. Now the main result of all these four put together, paristithi, whenever it comes in such a way that it will either give sukham or it will give dukham. And what is sukham? Sukham means I have some notions about how things should be in my life. If the situation also is similar to that understanding, then I call that experience as sukham. In Sanskrit, it is called anukulasya vedaneeyam sukham. Anukula means what? Kula means a bank. Anukula means same bank. Means if you have water flowing, I have one opinion on one side. Anukula means that whatever is happening, it is also according to my own opinion or my own wish. What will be dukham? Pratikulasya vedaneeyam dukham. Whenever I sense that this paristithi is different from what I want, that is called as dukham. But paristithi, if you just use that word, it becomes very vague. So you see, put the four things together and say either one of those four is against what I want. I call that paristithi as dukkha. Desha is right, kala is right, vastu is right. But let us say vyakti is not according to how I want. Or the experience that we are getting from vyakti is not according to how we want. We term that entire paristithi as dukham. And if all four are just according to how we want, right place, right time, right objects, and the right person, we term that as sukham. This itself is a great insight. Sukha and dukkha is very relative. Same paristithi can give sukham to one person, it can give dukham to another person. Why? Because it depends on what is our opinion. Anukulasya vedaneeyam sukham. What is the boundary that we have drawn or we define as sukham? All of you must be familiar with Shastriya Sangeet, classical music. You see, when they start, if there are great artists, they will do alap, they will take the raga, they will explore that raga. Those who are into music, that is their joy. So they will say, if there is one rag, Chayanat, let us say, how has Venkatesh Kumarji sung? How has, Veena Sahasra Buddhaji, how she has sung? How has Rajan Sajan Mishra, how did they sing? Same raga. They're exploring it in different ways. That is their joy. And that gives them sukham. He said, don't go fast. Let me see how that raga is exploring. On the other hand, if somebody is not having this taste, Shastriya music, say, why are they so slow? Neera bharana kaise, neera bharana kaise. She has not gone to get that water still. Gopis are singing, how can I go when Bhagwan Krishna is appearing here? How can I go to fill that water? I have to remove him first from my heart and then I have to go. This person feels, when is that fast part going to come? So you see, same paristithi is there. Swaras are sung in the most beautiful way. To one person it gives dukham. because he's waiting for something fast. But this person who appreciates music is getting sukham. So anukula se vedaneeyam sukham, pratikula se vedaneeyam dukham. It happens with Vedanta also. Whenever you start some Vedanta topic, if you have that taste for Vedanta, it gives a lot of sukham. But let us say, if you don't have that taste, the moment we start Atma Viveka, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya, it's the same thing again and again. They keep saying, when are we going to some other part? Some story should be there, some Leela should be there. The point is, how same paristithi gives sukham to one person and dukham to another person. If this is the case, the person is now thinking, why did sukha and dukkha come in the first place? Or why did this paristithi come in the first place? Not how it is coming. He says, why did it come in the first place? Now, if these three things are there, right? Three options we can do. One is Bhagwan. Second one is karma. Third one is something immediate. Now, if somebody is not a devotee, common person, what is their thinking? If some paristithi has come and it gives sukham, this person says, my hard work, my effort was there, that is why it went through, and then I'm getting this joy. Whatever it could be. He could have gone to answer an interview and he aced everything got cleared. He says, of course, it had to go that way because I worked hard for it and I deserved it. But let us say he doesn't get the right paristithi, gets pratikula anubhava. Pratikula means against what he wanted, and he did not clear that interview. Then that person's thinking is, Bhagwan, where are you? Don't you remember the coconut I offered last week? Nothing happened out of that. And in spite of working so hard, you could not see me through. Or he will blame the immediate cause. Means he'll say, I got a tough interviewer. Or he was biased. Whatever that cause is, something immediate he will find to blame. But when he cleared it, he didn't say the interviewer was, very, very nice, or it was an easy one, somebody who could understand me. Or he did not say it was Bhagwan's grace which got me through. So this is a common person. The difference between him and a devotee is, devotee flips it around. He says when dukham comes, he takes it upon himself. He says, Puja Guruji says this, whenever dukham comes, it is like a washing machine. When some papa karma of the past is getting washed away, he says, Bhagwan, good that it is over now. Now it is only way upwards. And when sukham comes, when he clears the interview, he says it's all Bhagwan's grace. If I had to give this interview again, there is no guarantee that I would have aced it, I would have cleared it. Bhagwan, you made everything possible. And of course, the person who is giving it, he says, Bhagwan only is giving it through them. So the offer letter will not have signature of Bhagwan on it. Offer letter will have signature of somebody immediate, but he says, my Bhagwan only is giving through them. Same with all other experiences. Sometimes we plan something, some vacation. If everything goes well, we have meticulously planned. Common person will say, my planning. I did everything, booked all the flights, exactly I knew what to do. Unless you do that, nothing happens. But let us say something happens and plan gets changed. He says, Bhagwan, why did you have to do it to us? We waited so long and we didn't get what we were looking for. Or that immediate cause you will find, that airlines or whatever was there right in front, you will take the hat of complaint, put it on top of that person. Devotee flips it around. Everything goes well, gives credit to Bhagwan and the immediate cause. Something does not go well, This is something of the past is getting washed out. This is one facet of this particular chaupai. Kahuno ko sukha dukha karadata, nija kruta karma, bhoga sabha bhrata. Meaning, out of three causes, Bhagwan, karma, and something immediate, one should come to karma first. Bhagwan is not sitting somewhere giving us sorrow and joy, nor is somebody immediate responsible for giving us joy and sorrow. So if a person has really graduated into karma vada, his effort will not be only to change paristithi. Okay? If somebody has really graduated into karma vada, his effort will not be only to change paristithi. Meaning what? If dukham is coming from paristithi, it has to be from those four things: desha, kala, vastu, or vyakti. If he says that my real cause of joy and sorrow is my own karma, he says by changing desha, by changing kala, by changing vastu, by changing vyakti, real solution is not going to come. Sometimes we feel whenever we change, the previous one is better than the new one. And this I've heard from many people. Whenever they say, we change jobs because manager was bothering. When you go to the next place, you find the previous one is better than this one. Not that he will not work on paristithi. Karma vada doesn't say don't work on paristithi. All it says is identify the main switch. Why paristithi has come, the main switch is karma. So if I can do good karmas, I can do satkarma, that person says paristithi is naturally taken care of. I don't have to specifically put forth effort to get the right people in my life, to get the right objects in my life, to seek the right place, and to seek the right time. Because they are all results. I have to take care of the cause, which is karma. Puja Gurudev would say, if the postman gets transferred, the letter will still come. If postman gets transferred, the letter that has to come, it will still come. Meaning what? By changing something in paristithi, sukha or dukkha that has to come, it will still find its way. Because paristithi was only a means to give that sukha dukkha. That person was only the postman. So if I change the postman, doesn't mean that sukha and dukkha will not come. That is the beauty of this darshan. We try so hard to keep dukham away, right? By changing desha, by changing kala, by changing vastu, by changing vyakti. Until today, we have not succeeded. To say with confidence that because I have done this, no dukham can enter my life. Right? It will enter from somewhere and come and say, I am here. Who will say this? Dukham. In the same way, if somebody says, I have done the right karma, I have done the right actions in life, I have lived a good life. And witness of this is Bhagwan. That person says, nobody can stop sukham also from coming in our life. No matter how much it might appear that somebody is stopping us from what we deserve. Work setting, this keeps happening day in and day out. All of you are very familiar with this, but we can just appreciate it from karma siddhanta standpoint. That we feel one deserves something and we are not getting that, and somebody else might be interfering in that thing. But karma siddhanta says, if karma is done well and sukham has to come, just like nobody could stop dukham, nobody can stop sukham also. Okay. I hope all of you are with me in the chain of thoughts. We are discussing the same chaupai. Kahu na ko sukha dukha karadata, nija kruta karma, bhoga sabha bhrata. The first thing was, out of three causes, come to karma as the main cause. And once that happens, a person does not put too much effort in changing paristithi. His main effort is in changing karma. Now, somebody might say, if karma alone is giving me sukha and dukkha in life, what is Bhagwan doing then? Right? If my own karmas are bringing sukha and dukkha, what is Bhagwan's role? We can understand this with a mathematical equation. Okay. In mathematics, we have left-hand side and right-hand side, right, of an equation. So if you say 2 plus 2, left-hand side is 2 plus 2. What will you get on the right-hand side? 4. No trick question, simple. 2 plus 2, you get 4. What we notice in life, if our effort is 2 plus 2, result is not always 4. 2 plus 2 on the left side, right side we get 4 plus minus x. Sometimes effort is only 2 plus 2. It was 4 plus multiple times x. And we ourselves feel, I never did so much of good things that I'm getting these many things right now. Or sometimes it is 4 minus x also. You work very hard, very hard, very hard. Still the result that comes is not proportional to how much hard work we have put in. Now this is not imbalanced equation. On the left-hand side, 2 plus 2 is something that I just see right now. Plus minus x is also on the left-hand side. Meaning what? In the past, I have done some karmas, which are in turn resulting in the results which I am receiving today. One who keeps track of all the karmas we have done in the past, and one who makes sure that we get the right desha, right kala, right vastu, and right vyakti. That is Bhagwan. And this is true in all fields, in all types of knowledge. Whatever we are seeking, if we can seek sincerely, Bhagwan will send us to the right atmosphere and bring the right paristithi in our life. If somebody seeks knowledge of music, let us say, sincerely, if that person can seek, they will immediately find the right desha to learn that music, right time in their life, right instruments for accomplishing that, and the right teacher. And of course, group of students also to grow with. But the one who made this sanyoga possible for that particular sadhaka, that is Bhagwan. And for this, we have to see in our own life what we have sought in life and how things came according to our own quest. Right? Things have not always come randomly in life. We have sought it, and according to that, we have received it. If we sought to come to a different country, according to that, we received all these things: desha, kala, vastu, and vyakti. And that has given us sukham also, it has given us dukham also. That is how human life is. So what is Bhagwan's role now? To make sure that whatever karmas are done in the past, that account is kept. No satkarma which is done in the past can go in vain. Appropriate results are given at the right time, at the right place, through paristithi. That is Bhagwan's role. Based on our own karmas, not randomly. Now you will say, even this is not very satisfying. Is Bhagwan somebody like a judge? According to your karma, you get your result. That he has kept track of all karmas and he just adds plus minus and then gives results in a very impartial way. He says, no, he can tilt this equation a little bit. Tilting is not completely out of place. It is only for those who want it to be tilted. Okay. Those devotees who come and take Bhagwan's shelter, who seek the Lord single-pointedly, Bhagwan showers something called as grace. So that equation becomes 4 plus minus x, but always plus g. Never minus g, because grace itself means there is something positive about it. That grace is something which will make sure that we don't get too excited. We stay grounded whenever there are good things happening in life. Whenever sukham comes, this person stays grounded. But most importantly, when dukham comes, at that time, he gets the right guidance to go through that difficult phase. Paristithi becomes such that even if there is sorrow, even if dukham he has to go through, he feels that I'm not feeling the scorching heat of that dukham as much. This is the prayer that Kunti Mata did to Bhagwan Krishna. She said, Vipada santuta shashvat tatra tatra jagat guru. When Bhagwan Krishna is finally ready to go to Dwaraka, he says, Bhagwan, you're ready to go back now, but I feel that you have given us so much. Because Pandavas stayed in the forest, Kunti Mata also stayed with them. During Vanvasa time, the first time when they went to the forest, Kunti Mata also went with them. And she said, all those difficulties of forest life did not appear to be difficult at all. Why? That plus G factor was there. Bhagwan would come at the right time, give the right advice, and go away. And she says, Bhagwan, whenever difficulties were there, we got your darshan more. Vipada santuta shashvata tatra tatra jagat guru. So her prayer is, now and then, let there be some difficulties, some challenges. Not that she's seeking it, but she says the moment they go away, moment everything becomes good, there is a tendency that jiva can become indulgent. Tatra tatra jagat guru. Bhavato darshanam yat syat apunar bhava darshanam. If one gets darshan of Bhagwan, he says that person is not born again. Apunar bhava darshanam. Darshanam of Bhagwan removes darshanam of samsara. Bhavatah darshanam yat syat. Bhavata means Krishnasya. If I get to see your darshan, then bhava darshan does not happen. Darshan of samsara does not happen. So she says, only in difficult times I'm getting your darshan. So make sure that you keep giving us your glimpse. But this prayer is not to seek difficulty. It is only to say that even in difficult times, which can come, one should see grace of the Lord. Hanumanji says, Kaha Hanumanta Bipati Prabhu Soi, Jabataba Sumirana Bhajanana Hoi. Real difficulty is there when we forget Bhagwan. Means when paristithi remains paristithi, and we find cause as something immediate, and forget karma, forget Bhagwan, he says that is real difficulty. So now we saw karma as the main cause of paristithi. We saw Bhagwan as the one who is going to make everything come together. In good times, he is the one who keeps track of all previous karmas and makes sure that we stay grounded. And in difficult times, he is the one who showers grace. Now, there is a litmus test. Litmus test to say what? Whether we have really graduated from paristithi vada and we have entered into karma vada or not. How will we know? Am I still into fixing desha, kala? Third one was vastu and vyakti. Am I just relying on fixing these 4 things, or have I graduated into karma vada? The first litmus test is, if somebody has really graduated into karma vada, the raga dvesha with the world goes down. Raga dvesha means likes and dislikes. Even if there is a person and that person is giving a lot of sukham, there is no raga towards that person. There is some object which is giving a lot of sukham, there is no raga towards that object. What is the definition of raga? Attachment. But Puja Gurudev has given more precise definition. You must have heard the quote, right? Don't put the keys of your happiness in someone else's pocket. Raga means whosever pocket we have put that key in. Either it is a person or it is an object in whom we have put keys of our happiness. Towards that thing or object or person, we have raga. Raga simple definition is dependence in love. Dependence in happiness, that is called as raga. And this raga is mainly towards, or it mainly involves, what can I get? Right? Attachment means there is dependence for sukham and he is thinking about what can I get? Only when I get, I am happy. And the opposite of that is dvesha. Opposite of raga is dvesha. Prema, on the other hand, is independent, unconditional giving. In prema and attachment, raga, this is the difference. In raga, key of happiness was in somebody else's pocket. In prema, this person is so content from within. Natural expression of that contentment comes as prema. Just like fire which gives warmth. Fire does not say, okay, now I'm going to give warmth to person A, person B, person C. Fire just says, I am in my swarupa. Whoever is near me will get warmth. So this person is somebody who is so content, not seeking anything from the world outside. Why? Because sukham has already come. Through satkarma, sukham has come. He is not seeking it from a particular paristithi. Or you say, through devotion to Bhagwan, sukham is there. Or you say, through tattva jnanam, sukham is there. Sukha swarupa, he has understood. He doesn't have to seek it in paristithi anymore. That is called as prema. But going back to our main point, somebody who has graduated to karma vada, his raga dvesha in the world goes down. If dukham is coming from some vastu, from some yakti, what is his understanding? It is not the person actually. It is coming through a person, and changing person is not the solution. Immediately it can seem like a solution, but he says, if dukham has to come because of karma, no matter what I do at paristithi level, it will still come. Rather, he starts focusing more on satkarma. Okay, this is the second now. The first one was raga dvesha will go down. And second is, he will look for every opportunity to do satkarma. Now the question becomes, what is satkarma? If this person is now keen to do satkarma, he has understood the equation. Satkarma brings shubha paristithi, good paristithi. That good paristithi brings sukham. So his focus is not only on paristithi, his focus is on satkarma. So the natural question should be, what can we call as satkarma? Interestingly, a specific karma is never called as satkarma. Specific karma by itself is not called as satkarma. Any karma done with sadbhavana, any karma done with sadbhavana, that is called as satkarma. It could be any action. If our bhavana is pure, bhavana is sat, sadbhavana is there, that karma becomes satkarma. On the other hand, just like he is looking forward to do satkarma, he is also consciously staying away from dushkarma. If somebody does not fear dushkarma, that person has not graduated to karma vada yet. Dushkarma also when there is no external check. He might feel that nobody is seeing, but still he knows I should do satkarma and satkarma alone. One Mahatmaji would define the definition of dushkarma. We have seen this in Vedansara also. He says dushkarma is that when we do sankalpa of doing that dushkarma, there is doubt in the mind. Should I really be doing this? There is doubt. When that person is actually doing dushkarma, there is agitation. And after doing dushkarma, there is regret. Before doing dushkarma, when he plans to do that, there is a doubt. When he does it, there is agitation. When he completes it, there is regret. You take any dushkarma, it will fall under this category. If somebody makes a resolve, I am going to tell a lie, untruth. You see, even when he makes that sankalpa, there will be so much doubt. What if people find out? What if I get caught? While doing that, there is agitation. And after doing that, there is regret. Any dushkarma we take, it will fall under this category. Satkarma, on the other hand, is exactly opposite. Satkarma, on the other hand, is the opposite. While doing sankalpa, there is joy. Any sankalpa, if it is sat sankalpa, how do we know it? While we do it, there is a joy inside. Bhagwan has made this mechanism. More we appreciate it, we can benefit from it. While doing it, there might be difficulty. There is no agitation, but we have to wrestle with our mind. You take any sankalpa for that matter. You say, I will learn Rudram until Shivaratri. You say, while doing that sankalpa, there is joy. But while taking sankalpa. But while actually doing it, we have to work with our mind to get that discipline to sit and to do it. Then after it is complete, there is again joy and contentment within. This is satkarma, and this is other one is dushkarma. So the main point here is satkarma is not a particular action. Any action done with this sat bhavana, that while taking that sankalpa you have contentment. It might be difficult to do it, but later on there is joy within. Bhagwan Vedvyasji has given a very beautiful definition of satkarma. He says, paropakare satkarma. Thinking about how can I help others. Whatever we have to do as part of that, he says everything is satkarma. The beauty of this is we don't limit karma to a particular time of the day, a particular action that we do. Throughout the day, we have to interact with people. We have to interact with objects. So somebody who has graduated into karma vada, his main sadhana becomes, may I have sadbhavana within, so that every action becomes a worship to Bhagwan. You see how nicely karma yoga has entered by now. Because bhavana is sadbhavana. He says, Bhagwan, I am grateful that I am getting this opportunity to serve. Hama saba sevaka ati bada bhagi. Jambuanji tells Angadji. don't think Bhagwan really needs us to find Sita ji. One who is Sarvajna and Sarva Shaktiman doesn't need Vanaras to go and find her. We are grateful that he has chosen us for this work. This is the mind of a sadhaka. He says, wherever I get opportunity for satkarma, write my name. I'll be available and I will serve without anything, without expecting anything back in return. Second result of graduating into karma vada. What was the first one? Raga dveshas should go down. Raga dveshas should go down. Second is, wherever there is an opportunity for satkarma, he is ready to sign up for that. His personality becomes like that. That's why satkarma is not a specific action, a specific karma. And if you want example of the previous one, right? Raga dveshas going down, person not being made the main source of sukha or dukkha, we should see Yudhishthira's character in Mahabharata. The main thing about Yudhishthira Maharaj was, even though Duryodhan, he gave so much of sorrow to all Pandavas, he never considered Duryodhana as the main cause of sorrow. And this part, if you see in that Ghosha Yatra, Duryodhana along with Karna, Shakuni, all of them go when Pandavas are in the forest to show how prosperous we are and how all of you are living in that forest, just to show them, make them feel jealous. He wants to do a Ghosha Yatra. And he goes and ends up in a fight with some Gandharvas. What was his name? I think Chitrasena. Chitrasena Gandharva was there. He ends up with a fight with that Gandharva. And those Gandharvas are celestial beings. Duryodhana was a human being. So they tie Duryodhana, everybody gets tied up. And one messenger is sent to Yudhishthira. And they say, Duryodhana came with everything and that Gandharva has tied Duryodhana and his entire team that came. Bhima says, very good. This is what should happen to a person who sent us to the forest. This is how they should suffer. Yudhishthira scolds Bhima. And he says, Paraspara virodhetu vayam pancha chate shatam. If we are fighting between each other, we are 5 and they are 100. Paraspara virodhetu vayam pancha, we are 5, they are 100. Paraitu vigraha prapte vayam panchadikam shatam. If we have to fight towards somebody else outside our family, paraistu vigraha prapte vayam pancha adhikam shatam. We are 5 plus 100. Mahabharata, this shloka comes. He says, between ourselves, we are 100 versus 5. But when it comes to outside world, it is 100 plus 5. Means what? In his heart, he doesn't have any animosity towards Duryodhana. He says Duryodhana is only messenger. Raga dvesha towards a person, a object, an object, a particular place. All of that is reduced through this karma siddhanta. This was the first one. Second one was, wherever satkarma is available, this person eagerly goes and does it. When this happens, he gets a very beautiful result in his life. Who gets this result? Somebody who has graduated to karma vada. That his mind becomes free from a lot of anxieties. His mind becomes lighter. That mind can think about something higher. What he thinks, that is the next chaupai. You see, somebody who has gone through karma yoga, graduated through karma siddhanta, the result of that karma siddhanta is they have attained a beautiful mind without anxiety, which can think about something higher. What is that higher thing? He said they will start seeing limitations of this samsara. In Upanishad it is said, Pariksha lokan karmachitan brahmanaha. They have attained lot of things through karma, but that same things, they start seeing limitations in that thing. What are those limitations? We will see in the next session. Okay. But this session we just spent on that one chaupai, kahunako sukha dukha karadata, nijakruta karma, bhoga sabha brata. Now the graduation will happen. How does this sadhaka move forward now? How does he do parikshanam? And what is the nature of supreme most knowledge? That will come in the next session. Aganita gunagana bhushana Rama, Ashrita vatsala jaya jaya Rama, Ayodhyavasi Sita Rama, Apad bandhava jaya jaya Rama, Dasharatha nandana Shri Rama, Dashamukhamardana jaya jaya Rama, Kausalya sukhavardhana Rama, Kamita phalada jaya jaya Rama, Papa vimochana Shri Rama, Pattabhi Rama jaya jaya Rama, Janaki vallabha Sita Rama, Jaya Raghu Rama, Jaya Sita Rama, Vanara Sevita Shri Rama, Varidhi Vandhana Jaya Jaya Rama, Hanumat Pujita Sita Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Raghupati Raghava Raja Rama, Patita Pavana Sita Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Siyavara Ramachandra ki jai, Satgurunath Maharaj ki jai. Tomorrow we will have Vedanta Sara, but it will be the fun quiz part of it. Okay, we won't have the class, but we'll have the quiz. Simple quiz, just on chapter 1, Vedanta Sara. See you all in the morning.